How's it going, everybody? Welcome back. Not sure if you guys saw this, but the Twins are getting ready to come to town to take on the Yankees, and their scouting report for Juan Soto actually leaked to the press.
It can't be bargained with. It can't be reasoned with. It doesn't feel pity or remorse or fear, and it absolutely will not stop ever until you are dead.
I wonder, like, everybody's talking about Gerrit, he's coming back soon. So, like, what do you expect his stats to look like? Like, because, he's an elite pitcher. So, like, what do you expect his stats to look like? Do you expect it to look like what last year? A little less, like 3.0 ERA type pitcher? Or do you expect it to be exactly like it was last year?
That's a good question. We've seen what pitchers who missed spring training over the last couple of years have done. They've had trouble. We had Carlos Rodon last year who had a ton of trouble. And then we had Blake Snell. We saw him yesterday get hurt again. He's had a ton of trouble this year. Hopefully Gerrit Cole knows his body and knows his preparation well enough that he can be 100% when he takes the mound for the Yankees, which is looking like mid-June, about 12 days from now in Boston. But there's really no way to tell until we see him pitch. It's entirely possible that he takes a step back from who he was last year because he has not had that proper spring training, and obviously there's been an issue with his elbow. It sounds like it's 100% better, but usually when you have an elbow issue, it means that there's some kind of strain being put on your elbow from pitching. So it might be one of those situations where he comes back strong and then, gets a little weaker down the stretch, or he comes back weak and gets a little stronger down the stretch. Who knows? But we just got to watch and find out. There's no way to predict his stats, really, but I know that he's going to give 100% effort, which is all I really care about at this point.
When it comes to Soto and trying to sign him to a long-term Yankee contract, my mentor, Mr. Al Bolin, who was the promotioner for Floyd Patterson and managed Patterson's career, he always said that if you want to be known as a great player, if you want to aspire to the Hall of Fame, you have to play in New York. And Mr. Cashman rarely makes that case, I think. I think he loses the sight that most great players want to be enshrined. And to be a Yankee give you a leg up because the media is there and it's on your side.
Ah, yes, the famous New York media that's always on the player's side. No, I think Juan Soto doesn't need any help from the media. Juan Soto's a generational talent. He's still entering his prime. He's having a career year right now. He's going to hit a career high in home runs. He's leading the league in hitting. And if it weren't for Aaron Judge, he'd be making his case for a triple crown. But Juan Soto doesn't need any help from the press. He does his work on the field, and that's enough to get him paid what he needs to get paid and to get him into the Hall of Fame. It's up to the Yankees to just open up their checkbook. You don't hire Scott Boras, as Michael Kay always says, unless you want the last dollar. If Brian Cashman and Hal Steinbrenner come at him with this whole, oh, you want to play with the Yankees because it'll make you a Hall of Famer, I think he's going to laugh. I think he's going to say, open up your wallet. I think he's going to say, pay me what I'm worth. That's what it's going to take to sign Juan Soto long term.
Man, what a game, huh? Holy smokes. Huge shout out to Jose Trevino for busting it out of the box and beating out what looked like off the bat a routine double play where we would have been in real bad shape in the top of the ninth there, but he busted it down, and we all saw what eventually happened. So that was, to me, one of the biggest points in the game. We've definitely seen in the past a lot of guys just, get disappointed with the result immediately and not bust it down to first base. That was awesome. Just to see Volpe then knock him in with that triple was an exciting turn of events.
I've seen more and more people over the last couple of weeks actually complaining about the catcher position. because I feel like a lot of fans just want offense from every position. They want a ton of power and a ton of batting average and a ton of OPS and so forth. But Trevino gives you so much. He's a really great defensive catcher. And like you said, he busts his ass. He hustles. Now, Austin Wells is off to a bit of a slow start offensively, but he's been good defensively. I think he's going to hit. I think that's going to come around. But you got to say, the Yankees' effort this year, for the most part, has been spectacular. Even the guys who make stupid base running mistakes, who I will not mention, they generally have been hustling, which is, what you want. It's a sense of urgency that the Yankees maybe haven't had in recent years. I think having Soto all out on every play and Verdugo all out on every play, Volpe hustling down the line, these guys are setting an example. It's just good old-fashioned, hard-nosed Yankees baseball, and I love it.
The Yankees definitely have the it factor. I think it's going to be one of the most important seasons, not only for the Yankees, but for Brian Cashman's legacy. So we'll see what he does. It's going to be probably one of the most important mid-seasons in trade talks for possible players to make this team go over the top. I think this team has it. Listen, Derek, we can take the O's. And this Stanton looked like one of those guys. He's the only player that I've seen in a while that looks so bad at the plate, but can look so dangerous. Such a guess hitter. When he guesses wrong, he looks like a complete idiot. But when he guesses right, there's no stopping this guy.
I agree with you on all counts. So first of all, yes, this is going to be an important mid-season trade deadline because the Yankees are front runners right now. They are the best in the American League, at least statistically, and you need a couple of pieces that can put you over the top. We've seen Brian Cashman go for it in the past. He went for it in 2022, and every player that he traded for ended up having surgery, so hopefully it goes better this year. But I think that the Yankees will be active in trying to improve their bullpen at least. I don't know if they're going to make many changes or tweaks to the infield. I feel like you could probably use one more bat, somebody like a Ryan McMahon, but as somebody pointed out yesterday, he's not great away from Coors Field. So Red Sox had that issue with Trevor Story. A lot of guys have had that issue in the past. As far as Giancarlo Stanton goes, he is totally a guess hitter. 100% agree. And when you throw him a down and away slider and he's expecting something inside, it's pretty hilarious, let's be honest.
Hey, Derek, this is Timothy Taylor. Hey, you got to give Tompkins a little bit of credit for what he did yesterday. The fireworks in the top of the ninth don't happen without him coming in and pitching 2 innings. Since that Milwaukee series, he seems to be not looked upon as a great pitcher. And I'm not saying he's great, but the relief corps is the offensive line of baseball. If they don't do their job, that's the only recognition they get.
You know what? You are absolutely right. Tonkin did a fantastic job, and he has really impressed me since that first outing in Milwaukee. So big ups to him, big ups to you for bringing it up. Quick word from our sponsor, and we'll see you after the game tomorrow night. Looking to boost your sports betting game? Meet OddsJam, the ultimate ally for data-driven wagering. With 260-plus sports books, it's your go-to platform. Here's how it works. OddsJam's arbitrage tool spots differences in betting lines, letting you lock in risk-free profits. Plus, optimize bets with a positive EV calculator and track profits with a convenient bet tracker. Try it risk-free with a 7-day trial. Use code RECAPS for 35% off your first month. Link is in the description. Bet smart. Bet responsibly with OddsJam.
Ball game on.